The group phase and game 1 of 2 today, Japan taking on Sweden. Carlin Gay alongside Natalia Melendez. Natalia, great to be working with you once again. And we have 2 incredible games, 4 teams that really have their eyes set on making it to the Olympics. We already know that one of these teams is already going host Japan, getting the automatic bid. But this is not just showing up. This is playing basketball and doing it in a meaningful way to build momentum heading into the Olympics. There you see the schedule today. As I said, Natalia, 2 great games between 4 incredible teams.
It doesn't matter that Japan is already in. They are here to compete. We have to remember they need to get ready for Tokyo 2020. They are hosting the event. So for them, it's important to do good in this tournament. In the other hand, Carla, we have the opportunity, or Sweden and Belgium have the opportunity for the first time in history to make it to the Olympics.
Yeah, that is the goal for Sweden. You see some of their players there on screen, and we'll get an opportunity to meet them and talk a little bit about this team because, as you said, they have not made an Olympic tournament. They've participated in the Eurobaskets, but haven't made an Olympic tournament, haven't made a World Cup. This is a chance for them to make a statement. It's a young team, and they have a lot of talent that can do it.
I always said that to make the Olympics, if to have a doctorate in sports is the biggest event, and sometimes you only have one opportunity because it's so hard to get to this point. And all of these 4 teams are here already, so it's important for them. You know, they are about to make history.
Yeah. Even though haven't made an Olympic Games or a World Cup, they still have a high rank considering this is a 22nd ranked team in the entire world. We have 4 of the top 25 teams in the entire world here in Belgium this weekend, so it should be fun. On the other side of things, as you mentioned, the host nation for the 2020 Summer Olympic Games is Japan, and they have a team here with players that are going to be a part of that Olympic team and also players trying to earn their spot on the Olympic team.
It didn't surprise me. When I look at the roster from this Japan team, only 3 players are playing in this team that were in the Asian Championship, which means they have a very good program because they are able to have 24 players to play at this level. But again, they are here to compete, and when you are preparing to be hosting something as Tokyo 2020, you want to get your fans hyped. So you want to, you're here to play hard and to do well.
Yeah. They definitely came out, and there you see some supporters who have made the trip here to Belgium. A very strong team that is coming off of a gold medal at the Asia Cup in India in September. So just 6 months ago, this team competed, didn't lose a single game in India, and they're looking to carry that momentum over here in Belgium. We'll pause now for the national anthems from these 2 great nations.
Thank you. Please remain standing for the national anthem of Japan.
Always great to start games with the singing of the national anthems. These two teams will meet at center court. Some smiles between both teams, exchange some gifts, and they'll clear the path for us to meet the three officials who will be in charge of keeping this game in check. Amy Bonner, Ryan Jones, and Yurner Yilmaz from Turkey, the U.S., and New Zealand.
Yurner Yilmaz from Turkey, Amy Bonner from the USA, Ryan Jones from New Zealand.
All right, Natalia, here we go. Let's talk a little bit deeper about Sweden, a team that really hasn't made it to a high level in terms of women's basketball, in terms of the tournaments, the global tournaments. They've played at a high level in Europe. They haven't made it on the world stage yet. They haven't made it to an Olympic Games, haven't made it to a World Cup. They can change all that this weekend here in Belgium, and they brought supporters with them.
Yes.
You see them warming up, and they're very confident this week.
They have a huge opportunity to make history. They had a big classification game in the Eurobasket against Russia. They beat them by 5, and I think that was very important for them to get going. This team goes as the Elderbrink sisters go. Very complete team that can shoot from outside. They are very aggressive. They can run the court very well. There you see them.
There's the starting 5 that will start the tournament. And we're taking a look there at one of the star players for this team from Sweden.
Amanda Zawi. Amanda is their forward. Most of the offensive moves from Sweden goes around her. Everything goes around her. She got good post move, but she can also shoot from outside. And in order for Sweden to establish their fast break, she needs to dominate the boards, which is very important in the inside game today.
Zawi, who is one of the tallest players on this team, and she was out early before anyone was really in the building warming up, and she was fired up to get things going right away. See in the middle of the huddle there, Marco Crespi, who is the head coach of Sweden, standing there facing with his side kind of sort of facing the screen. He's from Italy, but he's taken over this program from Sweden. Only been 6 months on the job, but what an opportunity to make a huge impact in the basketball community in Sweden. Here we see Japan's team roster. Speed, speed, speed.
Yes.
That is the way they play, Natalia.
Speed and 3 points. Their style of game stays the same. They are a very fast team. They already have 4 Olympics in their pockets. But they, now they're going to have their 5th. And as I said, they're here to compete and to show the world that they can be a top team in the world. Their leader is their point guard, Asami Yoshida. Fast-paced player, intelligent, aggressive. They also go as Kiho Miyashita goes, their shooting guard. They leave off their fast break. They're very aggressive on the 3-point line, good defensive players, and their big players play open at times. They never get tired. There you see it, Yoshida. She's the soul of this Japan team.
Plays at a high level, and as we mentioned, they already have their ticket booked, but they aren't here to just roll over. They want to bring that momentum, and hosting an Olympic Games, being the host nation, it's tough. A lot of pressure is going to be on Japan to perform at a high level. There you see Tom Havas, the head coach for Team Japan.
And it's very stressful because when you are the underdog, when you have not been in the Olympics, it's okay. You're trying to prove something. But when you have been already there, there's a lot of pressure. They want you back there, They don't only want you there. They want you to win.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of pressure for them to stand on the podium, but they have the talent to do it.
They
do. The team that is ranked 10th in the world is Japan.
And their way to here was very easy. They beat India by 91 points.
Yeah.
And then after that, they beat China Taipei by 26, and then Australia by 13. Australia is a very good team. They beat them.
We would like to take this opportunity.
We're going to get a second here to pay tribute to one basketball legend, Kobe Bryant, and former NBA Commissioner David Stern.
Those who can, please join us in this moment of silence. Thank you very much.
Nice tribute to start the event. It's 2 devastating losses to the basketball community. David Stern earlier this year, and then Kobe Bryant just a couple of weeks ago. I'm sure these 2 teams will compete hard and try to honor both of those gentlemen's memories as we get set to start here in Belgium. Welcome into Ostend, Belgium, in the Women's 2020 Olympic Qualification Tournament. Carlin Gay alongside Natalia Melendez. Japan and Sweden, the first of 2 games here today. Japan in the home white, Sweden in the road blue. Yui pulls up from 2, can't get the roll. Zawi pulls it down. We'll hear a lot of her throughout the evening. Eldebrink. 10 on the shot clock. Screen now trying to break her defender down. I'll wait for 3. That's too strong. It's pulled down. Japan wants to run, Natalia.
That will be their first option always, the fast break.
Tahashi. Good bounce pass inside. And the first 2 goes to Kakashi.
That was smart. She sealed the defense very well.
It's a gorgeous entry pass to get it to her in the first place, and that's how the tournament starts. Lloyd pulls up for 2, too strong. Flat-footed rebound there by Takashi. Backdoor cut there. 10 on the clock. Nice footwork underneath. Kawa's 3, no good. Sweden pushing the other way. Marco Crespo said before the start of the game that he wants to limit Japan from shooting 3s. He's the head coach of Sweden, and putting the ball in the basket just like that, Lloyd driving in, will help slow Japan get down a little bit and keep them out of transition. Tahashi driving in, blowing right by Eldebrink, can't get the layup. That's vacuumed in by McGarry. Eldebrink. This is where you thought the ball would go often. It's a good matchup here. Fall away. Too strong.
They will try to involve Amanda early on in the game, especially on the post.
And Zawe playing at a high level in WNBA at the moment. 24 games last season with the New York Liberty. That 3 no good by Motohashi. Tom Havas, the American-born head coach of Team Japan, spent some time playing over in the B League, what is now known as the B League in Japan, and now transitioned to coaching. He's been the head coach for the Japanese national team since 2017. A lot of pressure on his shoulders to get this team to perform at a high level in Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Eldebrink driving there. You see a blocking foul is called, and she'll go to the line for 2 shots.
And it's very nice to see 2 sisters playing on the same national team. Eldebrink, Ellen and Frida, number 6 and number 9, are sisters. And an important point is that their father was an Olympic medalist. He was a javelin thrower in 1984.
The 84 Summer Games in Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. Their uncle is also an ice hockey professional player, so he's a sports family.
Big time sports family. You're speaking of, yeah, their uncle played actually for the Vancouver Canucks and the Quebec Nordiques of the NHL in Canada in the 80s.
Cool.
So, an athletic family indeed. They're not only sisters, twins. That ball last touched by Japan. There you see it on the replay. It'll be Sweden basketball. Come back to live action. Sweden up 4-2. First of 2 games here in Ostend, Belgium. drive there, can't get the finish. McGarity battling underneath, she was blocked. It's her own miss, telling the shot clock. Zawe falling away, left it short. Takashi doing a good job defensively right now for Japan. Big Zawe off the score sheet. Takashi. Foul on the perimeter.
Just a lot of screens.
Foul is on number 5, Kalislawi, first ball.
Foul on Amanda Zawe. And we'll see some subs here for Japan. You see Amy Bonner on the screen. American referee here. One of the better referees we see in a ton of tournaments, Natalia. She's definitely gets her travel miles in.
Yes, I've seen her everywhere.
So here's Yoshida. Talked about her off the top, coming off the bench here for Japan, and she's not afraid to take the three. Takashi from the corner, no good. Last touch by Japan, it will go the other way.
Japan is a team that depends a lot of, their players to make those 3 points when they're open. So far, they are 0 of 3.
On the brink. Garrity, Lloyd. Zawe. Backing in, falling away. Got it. There's her first 2.
2 points.
Kaho quickly the other way. You see the pace that Japan wants to play with. Yoshida will help that. Inside, Takashi did a good job of keeping her pivot foot. Now has 10 on the clock, and she'll be patient and go to work in the post. Up fake is there, and forces it up and in.
That was excellent. 1-on-1, nobody double teamed her.
We often talk about how Japan wants to take a lot of threes. Well, if Takashi can go inside and score that way, they are tough to beat.
Eventually, if she keeps scoring, they will have to trap her.
Takashi with the rejection. Yoshida. Oka's 3, no good. And Elderbrink will push the other way. Right now, the game moving quickly, favoring Japan at the moment. Dump down inside, McGarity using her body to try and force the shot up. Can't get it to go. Lloyd on the bank shot. That bounces out, and here comes Japan the other way. Yoshida. Hayashi to Kakashi, driving down the lane, gets fouled, and she'll go to the line for 1.
That's been the most effective move right now. The pick and roll between the point guard and Tomashi.
And Zawe, here she is on the great post move. It's picture perfect.
It's a tough one too.
Real tough to guard in the post, isn't she?
To the line, shoot 2.
Saw Yuka Osaki on the screen there as Takashi drains the first free throw. Good stroke there by Takashi. Will knock them both down. Game tied at 6, 4:20 to go here in the first period. Good pace so far to start this game. McGarity. Elderbrink. Looking back from McGarity now. Under 5 to shoot. Zawe travel.
Can we talk about the intensity in defense in both ends?
Both teams really locking up.
They are.
And right now, Takashi is doing it on both ends of the floor. You see the good defense here. Strong
It's easy
closeout.
to be a big player and to be able to defend somebody that plays open, like Amanda.
Hayashi, that's a 3, too strong. Rebound underneath. Takashi puts it back up and in, and she is really rolling right now, giving Japan the lead at 8-6.
All of the 8 points are from her.
And the good defense, she got a piece of it, and they say she also got a little arm. I'll send Amanda Zawe to the line for 2 shots.
And right now is Tomashi against Zawe.
And it leads to our first timeout on the floor. 8-6 your score, 3:41 to play here in the first quarter.
Okay. It's very good. It's very good when you take shot confident. Okay. Just one thing about defense before. When they use end off and they are not attacking, not switching maybe, not every time switching. You see, if they are just they use the ball and then not switching at the beginning. See, you can go, they say, and there is not. No, talk, and then when we need to stop them, using switching. Not every time. Second, on offense, we use if there is one, they deny right, so they pass to you, and there is end off. If maybe Elin is overplay, okay, and Elin backdoor cutting, you will play the second one that it will be appear high at the wing position, okay? You can use aura, because the aura is the best where after they switch and we have against a smaller guy, mismatch with Amanda, okay? Let's go, let's go.
Well, you hear the strategy there in the huddle from Coach Crespi, wanting to get it to Amanda and get her on some mismatches. We saw the one time she had a mismatch, she scored.
Yes, they need to keep looking for her in order to get going, because eventually if she gets on, Japan will have to trap her, will have to double team her, so everybody else will get open.
A lot of support here for Sweden. They've made the trip. They're making a lot of noise.
A lot of people here.
Yeah, travel really well. First free throw, no good.
And for the Belgian game, it will be a full house. There were no more tickets.
Incredible to see here in Ostend, Belgium. They are predicting a sold-out venue for Game 2, which will feature Belgium and Canada today, but we got to get through this one first.
Yes.
And so far, it looks like
it's going to be a close one.
Yeah. 6 to score. They receive ball going out of bounds. They'll stay on this side. Last touch there by Japan. You saw there as Saki was trying to save it from going out. So Sweden will get another opportunity. 14 on the shot clock. It doesn't fully reset as they had possession. There's Lloyd. Elderberg. First time we see Drame, 13 in blue on the floor. That pass going out of bounds. Zhao is saying that it would touch the shoulder of a Japanese defender to no avail, and we're going the other way. Shida. Takashi. Nice pass inside, but Takashi wasn't looking for it.
It's a very difficult team to defend because Japan is constantly cutting through the basket. Everybody's cutting.
Found herself wide open, and that's the universal face for my bad. Elderbrink for 3. That's short. Here comes Japan. This is what they want to do. Get out in the open floor. Yoshida leading the break. Takashi. Good job there by Sweden getting back in transition. Hayashi. Yoshida uses the Takashi screen, now turns the corner. And another turnover for Japan. That's a little too tall for Kaho. Well, Tahashi into the game, number 15 in white. You see her picking up full court, trying to pick up the pace of this basketball game. Elderbrink. Robinson leaves it for Elderbrink, driving inside, tough layup.
2 points.
Kaho. Otahashi uses the Takashi screen. Saki. Hayashi. 3 to shoot on the shot clock. Otahashi gets called for the travel.
It was a good decision, but she travels. There was a mismatch there. She moved the pivot. A lot of subs.
You see the replay of the travel. The last bucket here by Elderbrink, just a tough layup there. live action. It's Elderbrink again probing. Alverson. Frida Elderbrink. Now inside Alverson. She's double teamed as Japan is in the zone. 2 on the shot clock and a bailout foul there by the Japanese defense. Otokawa picks up the foul, number 14 in white there. For the first time, Takashi will sit for Japan, so we'll have to see where the offense comes from.
Somebody else.
The Japanese team. Shot clock resets back to 14 as Sweden inbounds. Drame knocks down the long 2.
First 2.
3 points.
Back to a 2-point lead for Sweden. Elderbrink says no. Great rejection there. Drame. There's Frida. Elderbrink. Alverson. Back to Frida. Elderbrink. Screen there. She's tripped up. Fouls on the floor. That's the now 4th team foul for Japan. 107 to play here in the first quarter. You see the foul on.
And both sisters, both Elderbrinks, love to attack the baseline.
Otokawa comes into the game, picks up 2 quick ones. She'll have to be careful not picking up her 3rd here with just over a minute to play here in the first period. Elderbrink goes behind the back, forcing her way inside. Alderson wide open, right on the doorstep, and puts it home.
Need to keep attacking the gaps to make something happen on that half-court offense.
4-point lead for Sweden. Tahashi driving in, goes high off glass, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound, Japan, fresh 14 for them.
Good hands.
Drame poking that away. And you see head coach Crispo at the top of your screen, fired up, loves the effort defensively from his team.
Binta Drama came in to change the game.
As she's put it in a basket, and you're seeing the energy defensively really being matched.
She reads very well the passing lane. Smart. She's been in this program, in this national team. She's 16 years old. She's young, but she got a lot of experience.
Played for the U16s, played for the U18, U20, won gold at in a Euro competition with the U20 team.
This girl
Sweden.
knows how to win.
Absolutely does. Been playing pro since 2014 in Turkey. She's seen it all. Now she's trying to help her country make their first Olympic Games. A foul there on the perimeter as Elderbrink put her hand up straight away. Knew it was on her, using her hip to try and prevent the drive by Motohashi. 27 seconds of play here in the first quarter. That's Elderbrink's first. Sweden continues to really put the pressure on defensively. Drame guarding the ball there. Takawa spinning in the lane, forces up a shot. She's fouled, and Elderbrink can't believe it.
Japan needs to find offense from somewhere else other than Tomashiki. She scores 8 points, and after she went to the bench, and nobody else been able to score. So
The foul was on Elin Elderbrink. That's her first. Sister Frida picked up the foul previously. First free throw falls for Matakawa. That's the first basket in quite some time for Japan. Lead back down to 2. Sweden with an opportunity to hold for the last shot. 12 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Phone 10. Elderbrink blocked up top. Great rotation, and that's how we'll end the first quarter. Akao denies Elderbrink layup attempt. Out here in that first.
As you said, it's a defensive battle right now in the court. But when we talk about Sweden, they have 10 points. But those 10 points are from 6 different hands. And in Japan, all of 8 points are from Tomashi. But we said at the beginning that Japan depends on the three-point line. The good thing is they are being able to score from the inside. Now they only need to start scoring from the outside. Sweden, they will get into the rhythm.
There you see Takashi, as you mentioned, she's been really pounding it inside the paint, and that's the reason why Japan, even though they haven't been able to hit their threes, are in this game. Only down 2 as we start the second quarter here in Ostend, Belgium. 2020 FIBA Women's Olympic Qualifying Tournament. Carlin Gay alongside Natalia Melendez. Japan in the home white, Sweden in the road blue. A travel there by Alverson.
Halverson is getting a lot of open looks. She's just not been able to attack the basket. But they are looking for her.
Yeah, really trying to force feed her inside. Might be nerves. It's a big time tournament, an opportunity to punch your ticket to Tokyo. We already know Japan, being the host nation, will be there. Only 2 others will come out of Belgium, Sweden, hoping that for the first time ever, they can make an Olympic game. And there you see a foul there by Eldebrink.
The case of Sweden, their first appearance in a major international tournament was in 1976. They've been playing women's basketball for a long time.
Eldebrink picks up her second foul, so she'll sit for a bit. Lloyd comes back in to replace her. Driving, great pass. Takashi finding another easy 2.
And that's happening because everybody cuts in the Japan team. Everybody's moving constantly. Great pick and roll.
Grame, the floater, that was pretty.
The floater is one of the most difficult shots to take.
Elu driving in. Good defense there by Eldebrink, putting her hand straight up and not fouling. But then the foul is called away from the basketball. I believe that's Halverson who picks up the foul. Check that. That was not Halverson. She was in the picture, but it wasn't her. It was Nathalie Fontaine. Picks up the foul, number 4 in blue. There you see her on screen. That's her first foul. Gives us a chance to see Elu at the line for Japan. Her first free throw is there.
As we said, Carla, Japan's been in the Olympics 4 times. First time was in 1976, then in 1996, 2004, and in 2016 was in Rio.
Yes.
And they were there.
They were 3-3 in that Olympic tournament in Rio. Hoping for a better result this time around, especially at home. Lloyd, great drive and finish. She's almost losing her footing there, but did enough to keep it together and finish that layup, even though the defense is really barreling down on her back, and it's back to a 3-point lead for Sweden. But Tahashi, nice straight line drive. The left-hand layup is there.
Lloyd didn't help because she got Tomashki. She said if I help, they will pass her the ball. So.
Just tired of seeing her have some layups. A good battle down low with Halverson and Takashi. And a little too aggressive was Halverson, and she picks up a foul. And on the other end, head coach Marco Crespi is not happy with that call.
Do you know, even though it was a foul, Halverson and the rest of the big girls need to keep working her. She needs to get tired somehow because Japan is going around her. They need to make her work in defense.
She caught an elbow in the mouth. She was checking her lip to see if there was any blood, but she seems to be good to go. Nagoka sets the screen for Motohashi. Takashi for 3. Left it short. Eldebrink saves it. Let's see if Sweden will now pick the tempo and push the other way. It's Lloyd. Was waiting for a roll, but ends up in Eldebrink's hands anyway, and then it was given away. Tahashi. Great defense there by Lloyd coming back, but no one else in blue really wanted to pursue that loose ball. Rame with a good defense there. Motohashi, another layup right at the rim.
Somebody's helping in Sweden. Everybody's locked in with their players.
We saw the great defense from them in the first quarter, but to keep up that intensity for a full game is tough. Shot there by Zowie, can't get it to go. Pace now quickening. Tahashi for three, in and out. That is pulled down there by McGarry. Defense there, tough defense as Elderbrink now looking to probe. Of course, Zowie has to catch the ball. Way out on the perimeter. Lloyd. Zowie screen, Lloyd for two, knocks it down.
She's so good.
It's a great
Both
throw.
ends. She's so good. Off the dribble, it's hard.
Gives Sweden back the lead with 6:30 to play here in the second quarter. Tahashi deep three. Can't get it to go. Another offensive rebound for Japan. Another three launch that's vacuumed in this time by Zowie.
0 of 9 from the three-point line for Japan.
Set off the top, that's what they want to do. They were taking it upwards, close to 30 shots from three-point range per game
That's a lot.
in the Asia Cup. A competition where they went undefeated, winning gold there just in September. They're blowing out teams. Zowie on the offensive glass, can't get it to go. Nagaoka chases that one down. Let's see if Japan could get something together here on the perimeter. Just Hashi. Takashi. Straight line drive right down the lane. Great block there by McGarity coming over defensively, and then the jump ball given up. And it will be Japan possession as the possession arrow is going that way. Good hustle there by Nagaoka with the tie-up.
Nagaoka is a small size 4, but she plays like if she were 7'5".
You're tying up the biggest player on the floor in Zowie. And Marco Crespi saying, hold it high. You're big.
Yes.
Very animated coach. Very into it. Italian Marco Crespi is taking over this team in September of 2019. Only been on the job for a handful of months, trying to help this program break through to the Olympic Games. Yoshida just checking in. Foul there by Halverson as she was holding on to Takashi. And
It's been a battle between these two.
yeah, it has been.
I love seeing big girls doing that.
Alderson will leave the game, picking up her foul. And Zowie comes back into the game. Here we see the battle.
That's her second.
Ayashi. Shida. Crossover dribble.
Wow.
Ayashi for three. Can't get it to go. Good battle underneath. Both ladies really fighting for the offensive glass there, and they call Elderbrink there on the foul.
The boards right now are owned by Nagaoka. Elderbrink made a great effort there, but she's just too strong. See if we can see what happened. She's trying. She's trying to box her out.
A lot of hand fighting, and you see Nagaoka high fives all around. That actually puts Sweden into the penalty the rest of the way here. 4:57 to play in the first half. Elderbrink picks up her second foul, so she joins her sister now with 2 fouls. And Nagaoka will look to cash in at the free throw line. She knocks down her first. Free throws good for Nagaoka. The Elderbrink sisters on the bench. That brings in Clara Lindquist. 7 in blue. Lloyd had that dribble off of her foot, and that's going to be a backcourt violation. As no one And a Japanese jersey touched it.
That's another turnover for Sweden. They have 7 without even trying to take a shot. They need to get better at that.
There's Yoshida. Lundqvist guarding her. Tokashi. Great matchup between her and Zowie. There's Yoshida. A pass a little too far ahead of Tokashi. Tokashi's, Yoshi's already saying he was tipped. Fans from Sweden have made the trip. They are letting their voices be heard as you see it was tipped indeed. Should have been Japan ball. Sweden getting a break there. They'll try to regain the lead here. Lundqvist. Gary. Lloyd. She'll pull again. That jump shot is so pretty. A turnover, and Lloyd fired up with a good defense.
Just working both ends. And, she's very good coming out of that pick and taking that mid shot. She's been effective. Everything is Lloyd right now, in the offensive end for Sweden.
The Eldebrink sisters both on the bench with 2 fouls. Zowie's been quiet, but it's been Lloyd in the last couple of possessions that sparked Sweden. Let's see if it gets the team going here. Japan back into his zone. Lloyd will take a 3. She felt good off of her hands, can't get it to go. An offensive rebound for Japan. Check that for Sweden, and a fresh 14 on the clock. There's Lloyd crossing over. She's looking for Zowie, and instead finds me here on the sideline with the bounce pass.
Another turnover. That's number 10.
First game in a tournament like this, Natalia, it's always tough to get gelled quickly. Most of these women have been playing professionally with their teams. Some of them are teammates, but to come together in such a short period of time to get things going.
No, it's hard. It's hard.
You really see a lot of turnovers to begin games like this.
It's very hard.
Yoshida using the jab step. Drame staying right in front of her. Shot clock violation, the first one of the game. Sweden turning up the screws defensively and forcing Japan into a turnover.
This is a defensive clinic. I wish many girls are watching this game all around the world. This is beautiful, beautiful defense. In offense, there's many things that can be done better, but right now, the defense both teams are showing, it's A+.
Cheetah, number 13 in white on the floor now. Guarding Lundqvist full court. There's Lloyd. Seeing the physicality pick up off the basketball now. Both teams really bumping on every cut. Lloyd. Brownman fires up a shot as the shot clock was running down, and Japan this time turning up the intensity defensively.
I had no choice.
Takashi, who's going to inbound for Japan, is absolutely exhausted right now. It's played some tough minutes so far in this game. It's been a one-point game. It's been physical to start. Bucket and the foul. Kahu driving right to the rim, and she'll go to the line for one more. Marco Crespi not happy with that straight line drive after seeing his team play such stingy defense the possession prior.
Something that Japan have in their advantage is that they are 3 big teams in Japan. And most of these girls are teammates on those teams. They are concentrated there, not all over the world. So even though they play against each other, they all play in Japan.
Playing in the WJBL, the Women's Japanese Basketball League, top league over there. Drame pulls for 3. Can't get it to go. Kahu, who just finished that and one, pulls down the rebound. Yoshida, top of this key. Kashi. Hayashi's 3, not there. Under 2 to play here as Lloyd will slow things down for Sweden. See if they can get Zowie an opportunity in the post. They're looking for her on that side. They do. Fall away shot, too short. And Takashi has been really a thorn in her side defensively. Yoshida. Directing traffic. She wants to see Takashi go to work in the post now. 10 on the shot clock for Japan. Hayashi. She'll launch a 3. Japan still hasn't been able to make a long distance shot. Lundqvist giving it away as Hayashi comes back hustling, and the ball will go the other way. As they say, last touch by Sweden. We'll have to see that one on the replay here. It looked to me like it was last touch by Japan. Here it is.
We're seeing a lot of substitutions, and that was expected because the energy that they are having right now.
We know that Japan wants to play fast, and Sweden's head coach Marco Crespi talked about wanting to slow Japan down, and that's what he's trying to do now. He asked for a timeout, so we'll get a timeout if this bucket goes in. Continue play. Sweden now looking to take a lead with a 3. Traume driving in, gets bumped, can't get it to go. Here comes Japan the other way. Cheetah. Nagaoka for 3. Indeed! First 3-point basket made for Japan, and guess who? Nagaoka.
1 of 13. Sometimes you just only need one to get going.
Doesn't matter if they're going in or not. Japan are going to still take it. And that's going to put a lot of pressure on Sweden's defense. Abdi, the first time we see her, she's handling the rock top of the key. 10 on the shot clock. Good strip there by Tokashi. And a jump ball. It will stay on this side. And Sweden will have an opportunity for the last possession.
Didn't have luck there, but it was a good thing seeing her attack. They need to keep attacking the basket.
It's been a physical game so far, and Marco Crespi is really upset with the lack of a whistle that his team has received. This is great refereeing here. No technical foul, just go over, allow a conversation to be had. It was an animated conversation, but allow it to be had. Don't give away a timeout or a technical foul either way in such a close game. We'll take a timeout as Sweden calls for time to set up the last possession here with 10 seconds to play here in the first half. Sweden down 5 to Japan.
Clara, you're out. Okay, there. No. Listen. Okay. 6 seconds. Okay. Faria, you make him bound. Okay. Frida, Regan, Boom, Amanda. No illegal pick. It's enough that you stay in position. And maybe the first option, Frida. Second option, Regan, you are here, okay? No go to get the ball, but after you coming back for Binta, and Binta, boom, for here. If there is nothing, you are here, pass, and you attack with left. We have 10 seconds, not 1 second. Okay, let's go, let's go.
Heard the huddle there by Marco Crespi, setting things up for his team, and take a look at some of the highlights. Lloyd on that drive there. She's been able to get to the rim and also knock a couple down from long range. Marco Crespi fired up. He should be impressed with the way his team is defended. It's really on the offensive end that they haven't been able to really gel. Still early, they're down 5, potentially could go into the half, down only 2 if they're able to knock down a 3-pointer here. 10 seconds to play here in the first half of game 1 here in Ostend, Belgium. Rame driving it, great block by Nagaoka.
They did exactly what the coach asked for. The play came out perfectly.
She's played really tough on both ends of the floor. They say last touched by Japan. The referees are huddling here, I believe, just to see if they need to adjust the clock. Oh, they reversed the decision. Last touched by Sweden, they say, and it gives Japan 4.5 to play with to try and close with some momentum heading into the locker room. Marco Crespi there, you see on your screen, arguing the call. We saw it on the replay. It looked to me like it was the right call.
Yeah.
But it was reversed, going the other way.
I know it.
5.5 on the clock. They've added some time. Let's see what Japan can do here. Shida pulls up from the top of the key. Can't get it to go, and that's how we'll end the first half. Well, a great 20 minutes of basketball. Defensive battle. Both teams really locking in. 25-20 your score. Japan in front here at the half. You see some of the stats on your screen. Not many assists because there hasn't been many made shots either way. We said off the top that Japan wanted to go out, shoot three-pointers. They've only made one in that first half. So that's a thumbs up if you're Sweden defensively.
But they will continue shooting the ball.
Absolutely.
Sometimes they've been open, but it's been an inside game. 14 points for Sweden in the paint, 14 for Japan, 10 for Sweden. Sweden haven't scored from the three-point line either. So it's been a big girl game right now. As we said, it's been a very great defensive team. I'm sure in the halftime they will make their adjustments in the offensive. Something that it's weird at this level too is that both teams are doing a great job in the defensive transition. We have not seen a lot of transitions points, which is good.
Yeah, for Sweden especially, because Japan, we know they want to get up and down the floor. We'll leave you with the first half highlights and be back with the second half here from Ostend, Belgium. It's the Women's Olympic Qualifying Tournament 2020.
Wat uw ding ook is, Lotto, omdat het kan.
Zie je? Zie je onze creativiteit? Zie je ons schitteren? Zie je onze vriendschap? Hier beleef je meer.
Turns. Buchete. Behind the back to Burani. What a pass! Tied again at 71.
Is it Luther? Oh, behind the back. The crowd loves it. Oh, yeah! Bangs it in. What a play. See if that brings her to life. Look at the pass again. Oh my goodness me. That is ridiculous. Carprio, the greatest showwoman. Lita. Got miscommunication and Johannes is there. Oh boy. Isn't she special?
I mean, in this game alone, I think she has all the top 5 plays of the day. Look at this.
Xiaoting has it, shakes and bakes, spins, puts it up! Xiaoting with the spin! She spun the other way this time. She put us all in a spin.
Coach, offensively, your team scored only 20 points. What solutions can you find?
To score more. But I think that we take good shot. I think that sometimes we think 1 second before to take shot. Okay, the game is to take what the game gives you. In the half time, I say that when we are open, take shot and we will score. I think that we play absolutely high-level defense. We need to score 4 shots more and it could be a great game.
Thank you. Good luck for the second half. Coach, before the game we talked and you told me you wanted to impose your will.
Yeah.
You've been able to do that defensively, but offensively your shots are just not falling.
Offensively, we've been really bad. I don't know, making 1 3-point shot. We've had moments like that, but I'm hoping that we can regain our form and get our rhythm back. Their defense has been good, but I think our offense has been equally bad, I think. So I'm hoping we can gain that rhythm. I'm happy with our defense, our rebounding. I just, want to have a much more well-rounded second half.
Thank you. Good luck for the second half.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to warm you up. Are you still up? Are you still enjoying yourselves? Oh, wow. Make some noise if you're still enjoying yourselves. Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus. Sweden, are you still in the building? Japan, are you guys still in the building? Hey, come on, Sweden, you gotta do it one more time. Sweden, are you guys still in the building? See, that's what I need. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when I say, what time is it? You guys have to say, game time. Are you ready? What time is it? Louder. What time is it? Make some noise for if you're ready for the second half.
Back we are here in Ostend, Belgium. Carlin Gay alongside Natalia Melendez. Glad you could be with us wherever you are, however you're doing so. It's the FIBA Women's Olympic Qualifying Tournament 2020. Japan up 5 at the half over Sweden. And we heard the coaches talk about it before we came on, Natalia. This has been an interesting game, a defensive game. Both coaches a little upset with their offense, but they have to be thrilled with the way their teams are defending.
Neither one of them are complaining about the defense. They are very aware of the effort their players are showing right now. But as they also said, the offensive, worries then in the case of Sweden. The coach said they are double thinking their offense. They are thinking twice about shooting the ball. And Carla, when your coach gives you the green light to shoot, you shoot the ball.
Right.
And we can be expecting that in this second half. In the other hand, Japan, the coach will like a more balanced game. Of course, everything has been, most of the points have been the inside. He will like that percentage from the three-point line to be better.
FIBA Women's Olympic Qualifying Tournament here from Ostend, Belgium. Carlin Gay alongside Natalia Melendez. Thanks for joining us wherever you are, however you're doing so. Sweden down 7 to Japan. Sweden in the road blue, Japan in the home white. Two teams will qualify from this group that features the two teams you see on screen, and Belgium and Canada still to play later this evening. Japan with the automatic bid already. They are the host nation for the 2020 Summer Games in Tokyo. They want to put a thorn in the side of Sweden. It's been a physical game to start So far, both teams really struggling from the three-point line. Only one three-pointer made from Japan, and that is their game. They want to shoot and make threes.
Yes.
Alu cuts called for the travel, and we see the physicality there. Some games that's called a foul. Hasn't been called today, and you know what? You don't blame the referees because they've been consistent throughout.
They have.
They're letting the players decide.
They are working.
Here's Lloyd. She get a nice first half, 8 points for her. 2 long jumpers. Elderbrink had to sit halfway through the second quarter with foul trouble.
They move her to the point guard position to work on that pick and roll. She has been the more effective offensive player. Good defense there.
What a rejection there by Tokashi. See the replay here. The good help coming over and just swatting that away.
Her hands are way long. Too long.
7 on the shot clock. You saw Marco Crespi there on the screen. Head coach of Sweden pointing it out to his team. Elderbrink pulls up for 2. Straight line drive, gets the kind roll. That's the first 2 of the half here for Sweden. And then they come away with a turnover the other way. There's Lloyd. Frida Elderbrink for 3. Can't get it to go. LU pulls it down. This is what Japan wants to do. They want to get out and run. Hashi for 3. Can't get it to go. Tokashi with the offensive rebound. Oh, what a scoop.
She was open. Nobody bucks her out. Zawi was very close to the basket.
Stunned look on the faces right now of the Sweden supporters who have made the trip here to Belgium. Seeing their team down 7. Garrity can't hit the 3. Rebound there by Frida Elderbrink. Hesitation dribble, probing. McGarry on the drive. Good hands poking it away in Nakao.
Substitution Sweden.
How she reads the pass. Very active.
Substitution Japan.
See how intense this game is.
Naori comes out. In comes Miyashita.
3 seconds on the shot clock for Sweden to work with. Trying to get their spacing right. Now the referee is just making sure that the clock is correct. We'll move the shot clock in the arena. On your screen, it's 5 seconds. In the arena, it's 4.3. Let's see if that is the correct time on the shot clock. Meanwhile, in the background, you can see Marco Crespi really screaming at the top of his lungs to get his team in order. Now the shot clock reads 3.3 in the arena, 4 seconds on your screen. And check with the scores table to make sure that we're all on board. That's the reason for the delay. There's head coach Tom Aubus and some of the supporters that have made the trip from Sweden here. Belgium, this gym is going to be packed in a couple of hours for the host Belgium to take the floor. They take on Canada in our second matchup of the day. Meanwhile, we'll take a look at some of the highlights that we've seen so far here in this quarter while we have the delay. That last bucket there by Togashi. It's been a joy to watch. Marco Crespi was really animated on the sideline. Head coach of Sweden. Here we go. 4.3 on the clock for Sweden to work with. That ball goes out of bounds and will go the other way. Great defense again by Nagaoka, who's played a terrific game. Both ends of the floor. And an opportunity now to increase their lead. Dribble front court. Nagaoka. Takashi. Motohashi now with 5 to shoot. Driving in, gets it to go. Took a bump from McGarrity and still was able to finish.
Okay, this is a mismatch. I'm gonna attack her. I'm faster than her. She ends with a great layup.
Elderbrink. He mentioned at half how physical Team Japan has been with both Elderbrink sisters on the perimeter.
Because these two players are very important for Sweden. They need to be, they are great passers, but they need to be part of the offense of what Japan is doing, and that they are putting a lot of pressure on them.
Yeah, really forcing them to turn their bodies away from the basket and not see the basket to see plays develop.
By the time they have a look, the clock is down. They are having a rough night.
Frida sends it across. Lloyd driving in. The floater is way too short. Good hustle there by Alvason, but she can't keep it in, and will go the other way. (31-22), Japan in front with 6:46 to play here in the third period. First game for these two teams here. Women's Olympic qualifying tournament 2020 here in Ostend, Belgium. Good crowd on hand to see these two teams play. And more people are filling in here as a lot of folks are getting off work just in time to see the main event tonight, Belgium and Canada. Good drive there by Motohashi.
Hard defense. Every time she penetrates for the right side, she shoots it with the left to avoid the block. Smart.
Elderbrink goes slamming into three defenders, and Motohashi earns a jump ball for Japan. It will stay this way with the possession arrow going Sweden's way. You see the physicality in this game.
They're happy.
They haven't missed many jump shots, but they've missed a little bit of high-fiving all around so far in this game. They're okay with that because look at the scoreboard. They're up 11. 6 minutes to play here in this third. Kashi cross-court pass. Ashi for three. Sits aside of the backboard. They really haven't found the range from three. It's been all inside, which we did not expect coming into this game.
And, you know, knowing that this is happening in the first game, they know that that is an adjustment that they will have to do eventually throughout the tournament.
Grame will inbound. Elderbrink has had a tough time. Both Elderbrink sisters have had a tough time bringing it up court. Lloyd, jab step, now driving. Blocked up top, gets her own bucket and the foul.
2 points, Lloyd.
Khalees Lloyd sticking with the basketball there. Got blocked initially, but using her body to create some contact, and she'll go to the line for one more.
She's skinny, but she's strong. She have 10 points. 11.
Keeping her team in this game. See if that fires up Sweden here. Screen there by Tokashi. Motohashi on the drive!
6 points in a row for her.
And they're right at the rim. There's Lloyd, she's driving now. Feeling like she needs to take over offensively. Looking for the foul call as she doesn't get it. And she's hustling to get back into your picture. A three on the way, Motohashi knocks it down.
9 points in a row. She's hot.
Back to a 13-point lead now for Japan. Lloyd, Fontaine, Grame. Alderson looking to go to work in the paint. Grame for three. Can't get the answer. And Takashi pulls down the rebound. Motohashi has the hot hand. Takashi looking inside. Takashi on the roll. Great block by Fontaine.
And timeout, please welcome our
Timeout on the floor as we take a look at that last three by Motohashi. That made the score 38-25 with 4:29 to play here in the third period.
We won. Low post. If there is no easy chance, we pass out side for three. Pam, pam, pam. No wasting time. Second, we run with the ball in the middle. We run the ball with the middle. Also, if we wanna, and the one in the middle, we call Ora is okay. Ora you can go also this side and there are another pick and roll in the middle, okay? Also, again, in transition, fist up, so we spread the ball we are getting. Hey, be confident and now try. I suffer because you don't play how you deserve. You don't play how you deserve. Let's go. It's enough to stay low. More energy. Don't think anything. Let's go. Let's go.
There's the message from the huddle. You heard it there from Sweden. There you see Team Belgium, who has entered the building, watching this one. Just like you all are at home. Canada right next to them. Those two teams will play just about an hour's time, but right now we still have some unfinished business here on the floor between Japan and Sweden. 38-25, Japan in front with 4:25 to play in the third quarter. What'd you like out of the message from that Sweden huddle?
That timeout was needed. There was a 9-0 rally. He needed to stop that. Besides that, the offensive adjustments needs to start making results.
Lloyd knocks down another jump shot. She has 12, and she's been really powering the Sweden offense thus far. Only one in double figures at this point. Kawa knew that shot was not going to go, so she chased down her own miss. Another offensive rebound for Japan. Takashi looking for help. Otahashi, she's been incredible here in the third and knocks down another three. Red hot. (41-27). Tahashi powering this Japanese offense, and there she picks up the foul.
Every time she catches the ball, a guard is close to her.
First ball.
It's the first time we've called Amanda Zawi's name here in the third quarter. She knocks down the first free throw. She's been quiet, and you got to credit Japanese defense. They knew they had to take her out of the game, and they really have done that.
She scored 2 points in the first period, and then she didn't score at all in the second one. These are her first 2 points in this period.
See if that gets her going for Sweden. They're going to need her offense. Takashi. Otahashi. Three on the way. That's short. Another offensive report for Japan. Otahashi, Fontaine on the defense. Great bounce pass inside to Kakashi.
2 points, Kakashi.
Zawi. Offensive foul. Nagaoka took it right in the chest. Zawi using that off arm. It's been a physical game, but not that physical.
You get that, you know, when things goes as things are going for Sweden, sometimes you get frustrated, and I think that's exactly what happened there. With Zawi, she hasn't been able to get into the rhythm, and she knows that it's important for her to have a huge game against this Japan team.
Getting fancy on the bench now with the high fives. All smiles right now for Team Japan. They're rolling here in the third quarter. Kashki in the post. This is her office. She likes to operate from here. They clear out, allow her to do so. What a move, getting right to the rim. She has a little bit of swagger in her step right now.
Japan just plays so intelligent, so beautiful. They don't make mistakes.
Rame right to the tin. Might have jinxed them saying they don't make mistakes. They allowed a straight line drive there. And then almost turned it over. Lloyd touched it last. He'll stay here with 20 on the shot clock for Japan and work. Akaho will inbound the ball. Otakawa to Otahashi. Otakawa driving right to the basket.
Now in this third quarter, Japan have found easy gaps, and they are attacking. Nobody from the opposite side is coming to help in defense, and it's just looking too easy for them to penetrate.
Lloyd looking to go one-on-one. She'll step back for three. That's too strong. Ashi pulls down the rebound. Takawa for three. Indeed! Nothing but nylon on that one. Japan blowing this one wide open here in the third quarter. It's a 5-point lead at the half. And now lead by 19. Elderbrink crossing over. Elderbrink to the rim. Count it. And the foul.
Capable of that. Great crossover. She uses her body. Finish with the basket.
See how much that bucket meant to them. And here's that last three-pointer. Takawa was also caught fire here for Japan. We were wondering when the three-pointers were going to start to fall for Team Japan. They're starting to fall now, and Elderbrink with a good response as she completes the three-point play.
1 point.
Minute 15 to play here in the third quarter. Ishida is fouled. It's going to be Fontaine putting up her hand saying that she
Ball is going on.
14th foul for Sweden, if you're wondering at home. One more that will put them in the penalty. One more for both teams, and it will put them in the penalty. Ishida. Ishida wants to throw it in the post. Now uses the screen, under 5 to shoot. Three on the way. Otakawa knocks down her second three-pointer in a row.
The coach was asking for a more balanced game. That's what we've seen in this third quarter.
That was a phenomenal pass there by Lloyd, fouling Alberson. Saki. Ishida. Nagaoka travels there. Left her feet a little early. Sweden now with an opportunity to take the last shot here in the period. There we see the travel. Elderbrink going to use a Fontaine screen. Does Elderbrink. Fontaine will have to take the three. Can't get it to go. Raume with the offensive rebound. Gets fouled, and she'll go to the line for 2 shots. Marco Crespi saying that's the sort of energy we need on an every possession basis. He's gotten it at times, but not here in this third quarter.
No, and you know, sometimes the offense will not just go on. You know, it's hard to, but what cannot happen is you cannot relax in defense. You have to keep working on the defense, and I hope the Sweden team do that in the fourth quarter, but
still plenty of time in this basketball game to really fight back, and the way they play defense in that first half, you would think they can shut down Japan anytime they want. They just have to be consistent on that end of the floor.
Yes.
Shot clock turned off. Ishida. Now 2 to shoot. Will she get it off in time? She will not, and that's how we'll end the third quarter. 53-38. Japan in front after 3 to play here at the Women's Olympic Qualifier 2020 in Belgium.
Back.
Hi, kids. All right.
able to see some of the pictures there from the third quarter. It was all Japan offensively. We welcome you back here to Ostend, Belgium, 2020 FIBA Women's Olympic Qualifying Tournament. Japan in front, 53-38 over Sweden. Japan, of course, in the home whites. Sweden in the row blue. It was a close game, a 5-point game at the half, and then Japan exploded in that third quarter offensively.
It got open because Japan dominated Sweden 28-18 on that third quarter. Also, Japan had 5 3-point shots and 4 were in the third quarter.
There's another 3-point shot knocked down. Well, they weren't making them at all in the first half. They went 1 of 15 from 3-point range in Japan. Since then, they're 5 of 6 from 3. Count the basket and the foul. Lloyd powering through, and she'll go to the line for one more.
And Lloyd just been trying so hard. She's been, trying everything from the mid-range, now posting up, playing defense. That was good defense. It was just a better shot, but that was good defense.
Lloyd knocks down the free throw. 16-point game. Can Sweden claw their way back into this? It's a 15-point game after that Lloyd free throw. Saki's shot not good, and that's ripped down by Fontaine. Elderbrink. See if they can get Lloyd a look as she has been on fire offensively. Ground-made shot no good, and an offensive rebound for Sweden, a rare offensive rebound for Sweden in this game. Gave them a fresh 14 to work with. Elderbrink. She's gonna have to work quickly. 3 to shoot on the shot clock. Elderbrink gets inside, can't get the layup to go. And here's Motokawa the other way. Got away with the travel there. Montesaki for 3, gets her own rebound. Pass is given away. There's Lloyd again doing everything right now for Sweden. Lloyd Euro stepping her way to the rim.
2 points. 18 for her.
5 straight for Lloyd. Ball movement for Japan. Makawa buries a triple.
Motokawa for 3.
Japan has caught fire. Motokawa specifically has knocked down 3 straight threes. Halverson, tough layup attempt, no good there. Japan run the other way. Elu to the rim. She lost the handle. Elderbrink to Rame. Rame will pull for 3. In and out. And Motohashi says, let's slow it down and look for a good possession here. Strange to see Japan the ones trying to slow down the tempo. Hashi did a good job to keep her pivot foot. Better defense there by Halverson. Motohashi. This is Motokawa for 3. On fire!
3 points, Motokawa.
And this is the Japan team that we know. This is what they're known for.
4 straight 3-pointers for Motokawa. And the game is wide open now, 62-43. And look at her play defense on the other end. Offensive foul on Lloyd. Guess who drew it? Motokawa.
It's good defense.
11, 17, 8, and 9.
Wholesale substitutions on both sides. Lloyd frustrated this evening. Japan in front, all smiles. Timeout on the floor, 62-43 your score with 6:52 to play here in the fourth quarter. No, it's not a timeout, it's just subs. So we'll stay here with you. You see Elderbrink heading to the bench. Now we'll have a timeout, an official timeout. Japan calling timeout with 6:52 to play. 62-43 your score here in the fourth quarter.
Okay. Euro 2. Okay. Watch this. Okay. Yeah. Michael. Euro 2. Okay? 今のリズムいいよ。ディフェンス、リバウンドでしょ。全員バックアップ、細かいことをちゃんとやって、こういうゲームだよ。Let's go.
Well, it's been Matsukawa knocking it down from long range here in the second half. Has been absolutely red hot. Doesn't matter where she gets it. She's catching it, and she's letting it fire. And has really put the pressure on Sweden. They did a great job defensively, did Sweden, in that first half. But right now, Japan's just making shots.
It's to a point when you get frustrated, when you get tired of trying. And that's exactly what is happening to Sweden right now.
Pressure of the high-octane offense from Japan is really wearing them down here late in the game. Great pass, Takashi touching the backboard on that layup. That's a great set out of a timeout for Japan. 63-40. Check that, 64-43 your score. Elderbrink. McGarity. Poked away by Elu. They'll stay here with 10 on the shot clock for Sweden. Good the effort. Nothing easy so far in this game for Sweden.
No. And check how Ellen Elderbrink, the point guard, she's the right-handed. And how they constantly push her to her uncomfortable side, to the left side.
She just turned the ball over there. Good defense by Motohashi. It's been a tough night for both Elderbrinks. Motohashi. Takawa, look at the ball just fling around the court. Finally, Sweden getting a hand to it. And it's McGarity vacuuming it in. Grauman. Deep three. Left short. Lights out. .540 to play here in the game. And really flexing their muscle offensively. Led by this one right here with the basketball. They gave her a fresh shot clock, but she shouldn't have had one as Sweden never got full possession. So we'll check the time on the shot clock here. Shouldn't be too much seconds because that was a good defensive possession by Sweden. Have a referee huddle here.
Eight teams from Asia and Oceania fought for 4 spaces. China, Korea, Japan, and Australia. Those 4 teams are playing in different tournaments to try to make it to the Olympics.
Japan already knew that they had their spot guaranteed, seeing as they are hosting the 2020
The other hand,
Olympics.
Sweden, they qualified directly via their FIBA Women's Eurobasket 2019 results, with the top 6 teams ranked. Sweden is the 6th team. Belgium is the 5th.
We see Belgium in just over an hour as they'll take on Canada. Sweden has never made an Olympic tournament or a World Cup for that matter. They've obviously participated in the Eurobaskets. That's how they got here to earn their rights to the Olympics. Graume on the drive. Got fouled and she'll go to the line for 2.
And regardless what happened in this tournament, I think we got to give this Sweden team a lot of credit. This country is getting better in women's basketball, and the fact that they are here fighting for a spot to go to the Olympics is huge.
Absolutely.
It's huge.
They're going up against a top 10 team in the world in Japan as Graume knocks down the first free throw. A team that really wants to tighten it up and make sure that they perform well when they do host the Olympics in a couple months. Tahashi inside, bucket, and the foul.
Can I say enough how good this player is? dominates everything. The pick and roll, the pick and pop, the defense, the blocks, the free throw line. She does everything.
She even makes free throws as she buries that one to increase the lead. Under 5 to play here in the game. And pouring it on here in the fourth. Sweden trying to fight to the end here. Elderbrink is blocked by Nagaka, but the follow there by Zawi.
She has 6.
3 on the way, that's no good. Tokawa was battling inside for the rebound, but Drame pulls it away. Drame now. Great pass to Zawi, bucket, and the foul.
That was perfect. She attacked the basket. Zawi roll, received, and finished with the basket.
Zawi had some forgettable first half action. Now starting to pick it up a little bit, and that's a positive sign that Sweden still has 2 more games to play after this.
Exactly. Her signature move is that step back. She was able to take some in the first half of the game, didn't make them. Then in the inside, in the post, she was having problems. It's a good thing seeing her getting into the rhythm.
No question about it. Shida. Takashi. Shida. 5 on the shot clock. Otokawa for 3. Finally comes up with the miss. She had hit 4 in a row until that point from long range. Here's Lloyd. Zawi for 3. She's starting to feel it now. And a rare 3-pointer from Sweden here in this game. And on the shot clock, Japan really having to go deep into the shot clock in these last couple of possessions. Lloyd, the defense moving her feet. 2 on the shot clock now. 3 on the way as the shot clock expires in and out. And Zawi comes away with another rebound. Elderbrink. Inside to Lloyd. Force cleared for her. She'll go to work. Lloyd powering her way to the basket. Bucket! No good. They said a foul is on the floor.
That was beautiful. Yoshida was defending her. She's taller than her. She can put the ball in the floor. She did what she had to do. She attacked her.
No continuation on that one. That should have been continuation.
Right?
Foul is on Yoshida, as you mentioned. 14 on the shot clock now for Sweden. They'll take it side out.
Sweden is this fourth period, this fourth quarter is tied. 14-14. So what we're seeing on the board now is a result of the third quarter.
Yeah, that big spread really blown open by the sharp shooting from Japan in that third quarter. They came into that third quarter 1 of 15 from 3-point range. Hit 5 of 6 in that third period at one point. And Marco Crespi, he's been animated all night. Drame. Zawi for 3. Can't get it to go. Yoshida pulls down the rebound. 3 minutes to play here in the game. Japan trying to close the door here on a Sweden comeback. Their first win here in Ostend, Belgium. Really put some pressure on Sweden as they have 2 games remaining. Out of bounds is the call there. Yoshida looking for the foul call. We've said it's been a physical game. Some games, that's a foul. Others, that's play on. See Yoshida's reaction to the call. It's Sweden basketball when we come back. Timeout on the floor, 67-49. Your score here in the fourth quarter.
Okay, too upset. Okay, we got my sister just a 3. Okay, so Frida, okay, maybe they deny, so you go to left. Okay. Now, Kalis move this. Amanda, you are here. Boom. And then Pinta, boom, you set diagonal pick for Amanda still the first. Screen the screener. If there is nothing, there is Pinta, okay, Regan, Kalesen when we are. If Pinta spin the ball, immediately side ball steal and we attack, okay? And then Okay, remember, if they push baseline, boom, behind three-point shot, and then great three-point shot also this, or you spin the ball and another one, okay? Okay, so, okay, next also, we call this of one, we go give, Amanda behind, three-point shot, or you swing and we are, okay? Let's go. Yeah. One out, go.
You see the huddle, and you heard what Cusby wants from his team. You see some of the highlights that we've seen here in the fourth period. A lot more Swedish highlights this time around, and a lot more Amanda Zawi as well.
Those are good news. Coach is insisting of, he wants to have a set play now that will end with a pick and roll or a player on the three-point line.
See if they're able to execute out of the timeout. 2:40 to play. Eldebrink really being pressured.
Pick and roll.
They go inside to Zawi. Has to struggle to catch the ball. She'll pull up from 2, left it short. Tries to chase down her own miss, tapped out of bounds. It's going to stay here. 14 back on the shot clock for Sweden. Really could have went either way on that call.
Yes.
You'd be the judge at home as you see Zawi, a shot that she would normally make that open.
Nice release. Beautiful form.
That was tough to tell on the replay. Halverson comes in and knocks down a 2.
So her first 2 of the game.
Check that. That was Reagan McGarity, not Halverson. As you mentioned, that is her first 2 of the game. Otakawa. It's Machida. Foul on the perimeter. There you see Lloyd with the reaching. She knew it right away.
Ladies and gentlemen, update on the scoreboard. The score is 67-52. Correction, 54.
Well, they've had trouble with the score clock here all evening.
67-54.
67-54 is the score. So Sweden a lot closer than we thought they were. Still with a shot here and closing the gap with 2:03 to play in the game. That must be tough mentally if you're on the floor thinking you're down a lot more than you actually should be. The Sweden crowd a little happier with the scoreboard right now. Now the scoreboard's back to 49. This is strange here in the arena. Our score on the screen reads 54, but the scoreboard in the arena is 67-49. We'll try and get this sorted out. It's still 67-49 in the arena. We know on the screen it shows us something different. We'll try and get the correct score here as soon as we can. Machida. 5 on the shot clock. Machida driving in, counted, and the foul.
2 points, Machida.
Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says, that's a pretty basket.
Those are her first 2. When we talk about points from the bench, Japan's bench have 18 points. Sweden bench have 13 points.
On the third foul.
Third foul. Picked up. Zawi goes down the missed free throw. It's still 69-54. That's the correct score that we see on the screen. So we're rolling with that, is what we've been told. Zame's 2, no good. And Machida will push the other way. Kashi, under a minute. 25 to play in the game. Another bucket. And the foul. Louis with a nice move to the basket.
She was open. She saw that the defense was coming out of control. She decided to attack. 1-2. Beautiful.
Amanda Zawi.
Amanda Zawi will leave the game. It's her third foul. From Crespi shouting out instructions there.
71-54.
Score is 71-54. It's correct on your screen. In the arena, the scoreboard, for some reason, has stopped working. So the score that you see on the screen is the correct score. The PA announcer in the arena is trying to update the fans here who have filled in this arena nicely here in Ostend, Belgium. Because they don't have the luxury of having it on the screen like we do.
Yes.
Garrity. Lloyd a little upset that she didn't receive the ball in the block there. She really wanted it in the post. Garrity. 5 on the shot clock. Elderbrink deep 3. Too strong. Garrity offensive rebound being poked out of her hands. Trying to keep her pivot foot, but she could not. She's called for the travel. Boy, anytime you rebound the ball, the Japanese guards just come in and try to swipe at it.
Yes.
That time Hayashi doing the damage.
And you will think that eventually, you know, their aggressiveness and their tempo of the game will slow down. It would not happen with this Japan team.
42 seconds to play in the game. Shida. Great backdoor cut. And a nice block there by Lloyd. And here comes Sweden the other way. Zame. Almost lost control of it. Alderson. Lloyd. Stutter steps, then drives in and a block. Another block inside. That's Miyashi. Shida, sorry.
The team's 7th block.
10 on the shot clock for Sweden to get a good look off. Even the entry pass has been tough for Sweden to complete. Japan just so active in the passing lanes. Six. Place finish for Sweden got them here. It's a tough shot as Elderbrink thought she was fouled. It's going the other way on the air ball. 14.6 to play. A 6th place finish in the Euro basket brought Sweden here. They're finding out what it means to take another step up, playing a top 10 team in the world. Japan ranked 10th in the world. Really dominating them here this evening. Yoshida with the basket and the foul. Another 2 points on the drive.
Their perimeter players have been so effective, and we have to remember that in that first quarter, they were not able to do much, but because they started working on the inside game, everything else, you know, opens for them.
Garrity's shot won't count as she got it off after the buzzer, and that's how we'll end the game. Great performance from Japan on both ends of the floor. 75-54 is your final score. Japan picking up their first win here in Belgium.
That's 8:30. In 15 minutes, the Belgian Cats will play against Canada.
There you see the final statistics. It was a struggle from three-point range in the first half. The second half, much better from Japan. The final score tally won't tell you that, but it was really a difference of 2 halves for the Japanese.
It's very hard to win when you shoot 16 three-pointers and only score 1. In this level, it's very hard to win without the three-point line. That's beautiful. Culture, I love this. It was a good defensive game for both teams. The big difference that we're seeing on the scoreboard right now, it was just the third quarter. It was the third quarter. The basket opens for Japan, and Sweden's defense just kind of relaxed a little bit. They didn't have a great offensive game, but we got to give them credit for the effort that they did, and they just continue trying until the end.
Takashi carried them offensively in the first half. Takawa stepped up big time in the third quarter to blow the game open. There you see the standings here. Only 2 teams will qualify from this group, as Japan is the host and they have their position locked in. We'll see Canada and Belgium. 8:30 local time here. We hope you join us for that one. Well, you see both coaches from the respective nations shaking hands there after the game. High fives all around for Team Japan as they walk away with the first victory here in Belgium. For Natalia Melendez, I'm Carlin Gay. We will see you later this evening. Canada taking on Belgium right here from the women's